Welcome to the Stanford Lee Show, the place for song, story, musicology, and more. This week, the Chic. Let's get started. So there's something about being chic and that's what we'll discover in this story. You know, sometimes it just takes a name change or a rebrand to make something fantastic. Well, if you look at this song, the Sheik of Araby, it's really the song that's never been appropriate. So it's perfect for the 2020s, I think. It wasn't that it was so inappropriate when it was originally written. I guess it was. It was a little bit creepy about, somebody going into somebody's tent while they're asleep. I don't know. I don't find that creepy myself. Anyway, the song kind of evolved with audience participation. This is a song that's been played by Duke Ellington, by Fats Waller, by some of the greats you'll recognize. Even by the Beatles. Yeah, this is early Beatles. Yeah, they did a lot of strange music. And the Sheik of Araby is a lot of fun, and it's a jazz standard that's been in the New Orleans Jam book and many of the real books and fake books out there that we all, look at. The good thing about it is, it was in the 1920s that this song was published, and a lot of the stuff in the 20s is, it's open domain now, so it's kind of fallen out of copyright, and not that it matters, but that's what's fun about musicology, just kind of, looking and seeing what stuff is out there. And this one's a lot of fun. It really got its start with Rudolph Valentino. Oh, think about it. He was a silent film star that, I guess you could say he was gorgeous. He just had natural good looks and talent, and I tried to kind of do his makeup like that. I think rather than Rudolph Valentino, I ended up with Theda Bara, but who cares? These fantastic movies where he was a sheik, and he was kind of a romancer. They say he was the first Latin lover of cinema. Well, maybe not so Latin in this one, but more Eastern and exotic. And so he was always seducing the women, and people flocked to the theaters to see this, and it was great. So in a publishing house, there was some gentleman that wrote this song. He was whistling it around the office and thinking, oh, what a great song this was, and nobody cared, whatever. Nobody really cared about the song. And then he saw a movie poster with Rudolph Valentino splashed over it, and this exotic costume and desert and stuff. And he was like, I have this song called The Rose of Araby. Why don't I just name it the Sheik of Araby? So that's how it became a hit. It was just a proper rebranding of a song that they already had, and then it just, everybody kind of associated it with the movie. So that's the great thing about it. It just kind of grew from there. The song has had a life of its own since then. What is it about rebranding? Like, you take a fashion designer like Karl Lagerfeld. I think he even rebranded his name. It was too German or something, and he kind of shortened it. Coco Chanel just was kind of blah, and then he just put the two C's together, and it's like, wow, it's fantastic again. So that's the thing with rebranding. It's just a word or some little detail or thing. That's what designers have to think about, and it's just that thing, that spark that can just make it great. So here's how I come into the song. I'm listening to stuff, and I hear some jazz band in Paris. I wasn't in Paris at this time, but I just was looking at some music on the interwebs, and this great band was singing a really cute singer, and the people in the background were saying something about sans pantalones or whatever. I'm like, what in the heck's that? I don't think I said it right, but it's like, what are those dudes in the band saying back there? And it's like, I finally hear an English translation of it, and it's no pants on. So the gag is, after every verse, the guys in the band are like, with no pants on, da 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 da, with no pants on. So everything this Chic does is without pants on. That's the gag, kind of like when you go to Tennessee and you hear people sing Rocky Top, they always throw in that woo or something extra. It's an audience participation thing. So that's how it became a creepy song that became even creepier because of the audience. It's their fault. So yeah, you'll want to check out this song, and I'd like to share it with you now. The Sheik of Araby.
Over the desert wild and free rides the Sheik of Araby. I'm the Sheik of Araby. Your love belongs to me. No pants on at night when you're asleep. Into your tent I'll creep. No pants on. The stars that shine up above will light our way to love. You'll rule this land with me, the Sheik of Araby. While the stars are fading into the dawn, over the desert they'll soon be gone. His captured bride by his side, as swift as the wind they will ride with no pants on. Ba-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Over the desert wild and free rides the Sheik of Araby. I'm the Sheik of Araby. Your love belongs to me. At night when you're asleep, into your tent I'll creep. I'm the Sheik of Araby. Your love belongs to me. At night when you're asleep, your love belongs to me. Into your tent I'll creep. Da 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 da.
So check out my black Gretsch Synchromatic, and Gretsch is known for rock and rockabilly. I think this is a real jazzer. It's great. I mean, it's arch top, really classic Art Deco design. One of my favorites right now, especially doing these older songs. And if you want to check out my guitars, look down below, like and subscribe while you're there. And I'll see you next time on the Stanford Lee Show.